So tell me something. What part of my personality turns you men off? Which part? Is it the part where you go out and you're gone for a particular amount of time and then you come back? You're going straight to the shower. You're barely greeting me at all. Then you come back in with a whole entire different energy. I know it's been wasted other places. And then you wonder why I don't want to have any type of intimate relationship with you. Because you know where you just came from, and so do I. And so then when the next time comes around that she's not available and I'm the only one that you have there, I look at you and I tell you, where is she? Because I was here the last time that you left to go see her. You didn't come see me, you went to go see her. So now you can go see her again. Excuse me. I am divorced. I am single. I would like to be married. But you see, this has been a pattern of behavior with the men in my life. So then the question is, well, what's wrong with you? And then I can't believe there's actually a question. Then I can't believe there's actually a question. Must be the men that I pick. Okay, well, tell them that. What are you talking to me for? Is that the part of my personality you men don't like? Or here, try this. Maybe this is the part of my personality you men don't like. Let's go out. The man says to me, okay, where do you want to go? A restaurant. Okay, well, we'll go to the restaurant. All right, well, since he likes to drink and I don't like to drink, which is the case with most of the men that I've been with, he likes to drink, I don't drink. And I don't know why people want to go out in public and drink, but whatever. That's their choice. So, excuse me, go out to drink for him, get something to eat for me. There's too many people already around, so I'm just picking at my food because I can't really eat, but sometimes I will eat. So now we're in this restaurant bar place. He's having his drinks, and now other people are drinking too, including the female barflies. They don't have any moral compass. They're there to be picked up on anyway. So instead of dealing with the men that are at the bar who aren't with women, they decide to come over to the table where there is a man sitting with a woman. Now, men who like attention, which is all men, and they don't really care where they're getting it from as long as they're being noticed and, excuse me, be it admired or something in some form or fashion. I'm sitting there and I'm just eating, right? And I'm watching this whole conversation at the table go down between my man and this barfly who just walked over, and she's talking to him and, don't I know you from somewhere? She says. No, you don't know me, he says. I'm sitting there, I'm just eating, I'm listening. Not paying her no mind, not paying him no mind. My head is turned the other way. I'm eating, and which is unusual for me because I personally prefer to eat in a more quiet, intimate, isolated situation, reservations only type of thing. But, excuse me, I'm not picky. And when I say reservations only, I don't mean go spend large amounts of money to take me to some fancy restaurant. Please don't do that. But you could do that if you wanted to, but that's not required because I'm really simple, right? And so being at this place and listening to this conversation, maybe this is the part of the personality in me that men don't like, right? So he's engaged with her. They are very obviously flirting with one another, right? But this is my man, okay? And I had to do this also when I was married, and I don't mind doing it. It don't take nothing off of me. It don't take nothing off of me, and that's what people need to understand. And you can go back and you can ask any one of my exes this, right? So they're having their conversation. Apparently they don't know each other, but that was her conversation started with him. And I guess because I was black, native, mixed woman, that she decided that she had the upper hand, which was fine because all I did was eventually tell him that I would see him in a few days because I had some other things that I needed to take care of, and I moved out of the way and I invited her to sit down in the seat, and then I asked for a box for the rest of my food, and I took the plate and brought it over to the bar, and they brought the box to the bar, and I sat there and I put my food in the box and I dipped. But this is my man at the table. I left. Is that the part of the personality in me that you don't like? Because if you thought that I was going to be boxing some female in the bar over you because she's talking to you and you are allowing this to happen, you got another thing coming. Now, if she was coming over to put her hands on you, excuse me, or something like that, then there would have been an all-out, process of elimination, but that wasn't the case. You see the difference there? You can go back and ask these men this, right? So my dad used to hit my mom, and she had a scar above her eye. I had mentioned that, right? From a ring that she had bought him, which just so happened to be his birthstone. His cancer, right? So it was a ruby. And she had a cut above her eye. Over time, it started fading. She said, it just became very faint, but there was a scar above one of her eyebrows. So, or like at the end of one of her eyebrows, somewhere in there, she wore a scar. My sisters remember the situation happening more than likely than I would, but because I was either not there yet or I was just a little thing. So So anyway, I'm over here choking on water. I don't have a uvula. The gland in the back of your throat that covers up your windpipe to stop things like what I was just doing, drinking water or food, from going into your windpipe. I had nose and throat surgery a few years back. Excuse me. And they did the surgery wrong. And they removed my uvula. I have not processed a medical malpractice lawsuit on them. There was a lot going on at the time, but I had to retrain myself how to swallow so that things were not coming out of my nose and not into my windpipe. and causing me to get pneumonia and things like that. So that's stuff to take care of later. I like to take care of the more important things first. But anyway, so is this the part of my personality you all don't like? Which part of my personality don't you men and or women like? What don't you like about me? Because you have to go out of your way to make an enemy out of me, and I would assume that that would be the case with some other people too, right? I see the snubbing going on. I see it, but you guys can be upset and disappointed and all of these other things. I guess that only works on one side of the fence. Or does it sound now like my personality is blaming you? Or maybe that I'm looking for an excuse for a reason to not do something. Or maybe I've said something that I was going to do that I haven't done yet. Or maybe I thwarted the efforts of something that was going on that I didn't know was going on because of my energy levels. And now people don't know what to think or what to believe. And some things that people have said about me seem true, and then other things don't seem so true. What about my personality don't you all like? If I didn't explain reality in life as it goes, always. What are you looking for that you don't want to like? What are your insecurities causing you to do to figure out if I really like you or not? Me liking you, whomever you are. I have subscribers, but I have a very small handful of subscribers. I have more views than subscribers, and I like to keep it that way, but I also erase my messages, or my videos, eventually, over time, depending on how long I want to allow that information to be out there. And people will take it, they'll pluck it off, and they'll carry it other places. But the funny part about it is I don't ever see my stuff out there, right? Excuse me. I have something to say. Everybody else can make content. Everyone else can make content. I'm over here talking. I'm trying to have a conversation with everyone. I'm telling you all the aspects of parts of my personality, things that are important for people to know. Because people are taking me all types of ways in these chat rooms and so on and so forth, right? You guys are hiding the women that you like. You're hiding the men that you like. The women are pulling the men away from the women that they like, and vice versa. And the men are protecting the women from the wrong women, and then the women are protecting the men from the wrong women, and then the wrong women are coming after the right women, and the wrong men are coming after the right women. I mean, it's just a convoluted, chaotic, preventative situation. And when I say preventative, that means everyone who's responsible taking responsibility for themselves, and not to allow themselves to be something that they're not. You know what I mean? Like, all y'all have mood swings. All you guys are up and down. 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad. 1 minute you're angry, 1 minute you're level. Right? And I guess it just depends on whether or not a real woman comes in and asks other supposedly real women these questions, and the men are looking at it like, oh, she's shading, she's hating, or she's jealous. No, I'm a woman. What are you men involved in the conversation for unless you geeked up off of the females that you're talking to? Whether it be their voice, the way they look, the way they present themselves to you, what you're talking about in the cut, whatever the situation. I know how these chat lines go. This is a chat line. This is a virtual chat line. That's all this is. That is all this is. And if I brought people with me over here, like, I have to decide whether or not I want the people that I want to bring over here. I want to make sure that I'm not exposing them to things that they're not supposed to be being exposed to. Excuse me. I'm making sure the house is clean before they get here, so to speak. And if that can't be appreciated and respected, then I'm sorry. I have people who don't want to deal with people that I know in my real life. Period. Because this virtual chat line out here, this is real life too. That's why we can watch people being slain in the street. Right in front of your face. How do you do that and then go get up on panels and laugh? Like, right? And then you say, well, you're laughing in the chat, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, but then it only is funny for so long. Things can only be funny for so long. You're supposed to be happy and joyous and all of these things, right? Yes, you are. And then people will say, oh, you're complaining about the flirting, you're complaining about this, we can't say this and we can't say that. I never said you couldn't say any of it. Excuse me. And if I did say that you can't say any of it, that don't mean you have to listen to me. So talking about somebody blaming somebody, right? And I make sure that I always throw out suggestions. I make sure that you know that I know where my position is as a woman. So naturally, as a man, you should know that what I'm saying is merely suggestion, insight, or it's just the whole truth. Right? And I don't mind to be wrong, so I can be wrong about things, but don't make me wrong about other women just because you're attracted to them. Don't make me wrong about other women because you want to bed them. Don't make me wrong about other men because you want to have some type of intimate relationship with them. Don't make me wrong about men because you have an ulterior motive with this person, because you might see something going on between he and I. You know, those type of sly, slick moves. So then off of who I am as a person and what you hear me over here talking about, or things that I'm dealing with, then you go and you try to, the females go over to their pages and try to play up on what they're hearing me say over here. They're working you men, but you men don't see it, and you ain't gonna listen to me because you think I have a problem with women. No, I have a problem with women that do those types of things. Don't you have a problem with men who do those types of things? Because if you don't, then we certainly are not on the same mindset. So where are you? Because I'm right here. Am I making sense now? Since I can't always be right, well, certainly the men cannot also always be right either. Is that the truth? Where we can have a mindset that's meeting on that much? Okay then, we're good.